Okay, so we're live. We're ready to go. So welcome to tonight's top investments. My top investments for 2022. I normally do this every year, and so I'm giving it to you again this year. So we're very excited about that here. So we would ask that everybody is have your phones on mute, so your computers on mute. I just muted everyone. If you do have a question, you could drop it in the chat or unmute as I go. But we're going to get right into it. I just do want to apologize for tomorrow night as well. I mentioned to you guys that we're going to have a debt management webinar tomorrow and teaching you how to pay off your debt and come up with a strategy in 2022. There's one change to that. We're going to push that back until later on this weekend because I got a special treat for you guys tomorrow night. There's this guy is the youngest Papa John's franchise owner. He's going to be with us tomorrow night, and he's going to be talking about his journey, how he went to Historically Black College University, and how he became a Papa John franchise owner, young guy. And he's into real estate. He's into just a whole entrepreneurship. And so I had to lock him in. That was his only availability for tomorrow night. So change and shift. Debt management is pushing to the weekend. This guy, Andrell Harris, the youngest Papa John's franchise owner, African American brother, killing it, multi-millionaire. He coming to speak to the Let's Win financial community tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be putting the flyer together because this guy right here, man, I've been following him for a while. And this guy here makes some major deals in commercial real estate, buying lots, buying buildings. Like this is next level investing. So tomorrow night he'll be with us here at the Let's Win financial community. So just make a marker for that. So thank you guys for following and keeping up with the schedule. I did send that out this week. All right, so we're gonna get right into tonight's session here on top investments for 2021 that I have. This is based off my market research. This is based off my studies. This is based off my 12 years of investing, my research and studying, right? So here's what we're going to talk about. My top investments, right? I just want to put a disclaimer out here as well. This is for education information only, all right? So you may want to do your own research on this, but I've done my research and here's some of the industries that I'll be investing in. All right. But before we go into the investments for this year, I want to take a little rerun really quick. When we go in, we look at our previous year, right? Our previous 2 years, the markets 2020 and markets 2019. If we look at these three major indexes, you will see that they've all done well. The main one that I talk about a lot is our S&P 500, top 500 companies in America, right? So in 2020, it was up 16%. In 2019, it was up 28%. Your Dow Jones, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. That's your top 30 companies in America. It was up 7% in 2020, 22% in 2019. Well, we see the NASDAQ. That's your technology stocks, right? That's your QQQ that I talk about all the time. Look what the NASDAQ did in 2020 and look what it did in 2019. It was up 28% last year. So out of all these indexes, normally your NASDAQ index, because it contains technology stocks, is your better performer, all right? So when we talk about the Dow Jones, right? When we talk about the Dow Jones, the Dow right here, here's your top 30 companies in the Dow Jones. These are old historical companies that's just been around for a while. And it's very diverse. You will see a lot of different sectors in here. When I say sectors, I mean industries. You will see banking right here with Chase. You will see McDonald's belongs in the consumer discretionary index. You will see Apple, they belong in technology. You see healthcare in here. So it's a bunch of different sectors as well. So this is your Dow Jones stocks, your Dow Jones. If you guys want to take a screenshot, I'll pause it here. And you guys have access to this as well. So this is your Dow Jones index. All right. So when we talk about the S&P 500, all right, this S&P 500, this is what the S&P 500 has done dating back to 1928. So in 2021, it was up 28%. All right. So what I like to do is I was born right here in 1982, right here. All right, when I was born in right here in 1982, this S&P 500, and when I say the S&P 500, again, that references to the U.S. stock market because it contains 500 companies over 11 different sectors. We're going to be looking at it in a minute. But guys, this is why investing is not a gamble. This is why it's not risky. I was born right here in 1982. It was up 20%. The years that you see in red is where the S&P 500 was down. All right. So let's count how many years this S&P 500 was down since I've been born. So I'm gonna go right up here and I'm gonna go down here. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we got 5, we got 6. So I just turned 40, guys, 3 days ago. So out of the last 40 years, this S&P 500 has only been down 6 times. All right. I mean, God, this is crazy. Green dominates this screen. All right. From 2009 all the way to 2021, the market has only been down once. All right, which was in 2018. But this is what scares people about investing right here. In 2008, when we had a Great Recession, this should not scare people. Matter of fact, I was talking to a dude today. He was like, man, I just feel like it's a gamble. It's a risky, right? Smart, intelligent guy. Went to Florida State. I mean, was a track star and everything, man. But they just don't understand this whole principle here, right? You put your dollars to work because over this time span here, this is some serious returns. All right. So look at what year you was born and figure out how many years the S&P 500 has actually been down, or the U.S. stock market has not been down that much. All right. All right. So we can go right here, right? And we look at this S&P 500 by the decades. Some of you guys have seen this before, and some of you guys haven't. But we just came out of the 2010s. It was up 243%. So dating back to the early 1900s, this S&P 500 has only been down 2 decades. All right. So this is how important it is when it's to be investing in the S&P 500 because it's consistent. All right. Okay, and here's all the different 11 sectors of the 11 different industries that's inside of the S&P 500, from technology to bank stocks to energy to healthcare. All right, so you have 11 different sectors inside of your S&P 500. Okay, all right. Now, when we look at these different industries, right, and we look at their returns. So as I just showed you, here's all the different industries. When you look at their returns as of 2021, if you look at the energy sector, it was up 53%. It was the leader. All right. If you go and look at the second leading sector, which was real estate, we saw real estate just grow. All right. Financials, which is your bank stocks, technology. So what it's doing here is doing a 2021 and a 2020 comparison. All right. So last in 2020, technology, you see it right here, ranked was the number 1 leading sector. It was number 4 here in 2021. If you look back over all these different sectors here over a 10-year time frame, I just don't have time to share it right now. Technology is your leading sector, and it will continue to be your leading sector for years to come. All right, this is your QQQ, but you can also invest in this XLK as well. So we're going to be talking back here. All right, so I just want to show you guys, because when you're investing, every single stock that you own belongs in one of these particular industries. All right. So if you want to invest in Apple, if you want to invest in Facebook, if you want to invest in Netflix, they belong in technology. If you want to invest into the airlines, they belong into the industrials. If you want to invest into Johnson & Johnson, United Healthcare, they belong right here in the healthcare sector. If you want to invest in AT&T, or if you want to invest in Verizon, they belong right here in the communication sector. Guys, this right here is your U.S. stock market. Every single stock that you invest in has to go in one of these sectors. Exxon, Mobil, they all belong right here in the energy sector. All right. So I just want to show you guys this right here for information purposes. All right. So let's get into our top investments for 2022. I put this guy right here. So we're all very familiar with Tom Brady. Tom Brady is, no arguments, the greatest ever NFL, not just quarterback, player of all time. If we look at what Tom Brady is to the NFL, Apple is to Wall Street. It's the best stock of all time. All right. And we just found out this week that Apple became the first $3 trillion company in the world. So what does that mean? That means that's how much they're worth. All right. So you figure we hear about Jay-Z is worth this, Kanye is worth this. Well, Apple is the first $3 trillion company, and they're the most valuable company in the world. All right. And the reason why that they're the most valuable company in the world is because they started out selling these iPhones, right? But then they branched off and they went into services, into Apple Pay, into Apple Music. All right. They started increasing. That's why I be telling you guys when we're investing, you want to start being diversified. This is what Apple started doing. They started being diversified. And then they got into the wearables, which are AirPods. You got the Apple Watches. But guys, guess what? They're getting ready to enter into a brand new market that's getting ready to shake it up, all right, which is the metaverse. So I want to share this one video here with you on the metaverse in regards to some of the Apple products and what they're getting ready to have. So I got it right here. Let me go right here, and I want to share this video with you. I posted it here on my on the Let's Win Right Here business page, but let me just share this here with you. This is what you're going to see here with Apple and their latest innovation here. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Let me see here. Make this bigger. I don't know if I can make that bigger. Here we go. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me go back and share it. All right, you stop it here. Okay, so let me go back here. I'm gonna share my screen. This is what Apple getting ready to do for the metaverse, and we're gonna be talking about metaverse here in a minute. All right. So this right here is your Apple eyeglasses concept for the metaverse. All right. Let me see here. Let me make sure I got my volume up on this here. All right. Let me see. Your eyeglasses. You're going to be able to wear these and be in a virtual reality. You guys saw it? So one more time. This is 11 seconds. Look how you're able to see through these glasses here. Apple next big innovation, eyeglasses. All right. So guys, that's going to be very, very, very important here. Let me just stop sharing this here. Give me 1 second here. Let me just stop this here so it won't keep playing here. Hold on 1 sec. Let me just shut this down. Okay. All right. So when we go back right here, let me go back and share my screen here. When we talk about Apple, man, they're going to be making these eyeglasses for the metaverse, and we're getting ready to hit up on this metaverse here in a minute. All right, but that they're led by their CEO, which is Tim Cook. Man, this guy here, man, after Steve Jobs died, man, Apple hasn't stopped. Right, when they start making these iPhones, that was changing the generation. But because they have so much money, they will continue to be a market leader. And not only that, this is why you should own Apple stock as well, because not only will they be coming out with these, getting into the metaverse industry, but don't forget about it, because we've been hearing about it, but they still coming out with the electronic vehicle in the future as well. And we know in 2035, and some of our previous classes I've talked about, in 2035, there will be no more gas guzzler vehicles. Everything will be electric vehicles by 2035. California already declared no more gas vehicles. So everybody is changing they're pivoting basically, right? And so Apple is being part of this innovation technology. All right. So we're going to get into that metaverse in a little bit. But Apple, guys, I've shared this with you. I bought it about 3 years ago for Christmas. I bought a $4,000 into Apple, and I shared this quite a bit. That $4,000 now for less that I bought as a gift is now $21,000, right? So it's over like 300%. So you just buy Apple and you keep it and you keep adding to it, because guess what? If you own the product, you should be investing into it, right? So I tell you guys this here. Let me say this, and I'll be done with Apple. Let me get my phone right here. Do you have Apple, or do you own Apple? All right. So let me repeat that again. If you have an Apple product, do you have Apple, and do you own it? Do you have it, or do you own it? Is it both, right? Think about that. All right. So our next investment I want to talk about is this metaverse, right? So let me show you guys another little clip here on this metaverse, because most people are like, well, Sherwin, what is metaverse, right? So I want to show you a small little clip here, and this is Will Smith here. This is Will Smith, and it's really giving a great depiction of what the metaverse will be, right? And so let me just go back here and share my screen. This is a great depiction of what metaverse will be. All right. So let me make sure my video's on. All right. Here's Will Smith. It's a commercial that he's in. You guys have probably seen this before. All right, guys. So that's the virtual reality of let me see here. Let me go back into it here. So that's the virtual reality. We're gonna be talking about this here for just a few minutes here, right? Guys, metaverse in 2022 will be huge. We saw that Facebook changed their name to Meta. You will see that this gentleman right here, here's these goggles that he's wearing. Matter of fact, I was watching my nephew. He got some goggles for Christmas. You're gonna start seeing a bunch of these kids getting goggles, right? Like I was just sharing here with you with Apple and the eyeglasses. That's going to be a popular investment, come if not next year or the following year when Apple really put that product line out. This metaverse is getting ready to change the way we do business. I'm gonna tell you why. All right, because check this out. Look at this scenario right here, guys. This right here is powerful, right? If you got a pen or you got a paper, write this down. Or at least take a picture of it. All right. Let's say right here, right in 2000. In 2000, we realized the internet was just now coming, because I really didn't have a pager or anything like that when the internet was evolving, right? We thought, man, this is like internet. So if you bought Amazon in 2000, it would be $69 a share, right? And you may ask, well, how do I know that? How do I know it's going to be $69 a share? Let me share this here with you guys really quick. If you go right here to Yahoo Finance and you look at historical pricing, if you go right here, right, and this right here, you will see Amazon. It's $3,350 a share right now. But if you go right here, January 1st of 2000, and when you look at the close, it was $69.56 a share. All right, that's back in 2000, right? Right before when the internet was coming out. And today it is $3,350. But here's the point I want to bring to you guys. All right. What I'm saying here is you will see that this $69 a share back in 2000, and today Amazon we saw was at $3,300 a share. All right. So investing in an internet in the 2000s is like investing in the metaverse now. Let me just repeat that. Make sure you guys get that. Investing in the internet in the 2000s. So if you invested into Amazon at $69 a share back in 2000 and you see what it's worth today, it's the same way with the metaverse as far as investing into it now. Can you imagine what the metaverse and what we're going to be talking about in these metaverse investments, what it's going to be worth 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? It's going to be the same type of growth that you've seen that Amazon had as far as with these different metaverse investments that I'm going to give to you here in a minute, right? Now, check this out. I'm telling you this tonight because there will be some people that will become millionaires simply by investing right here in this metaverse, where you're going to be seeing other people. They're going to just be watching it. They're going to be like, what is this, right? What company should I invest in? I'm telling you guys about this now, right? So this is powerful. So this is like as investing in the internet in 2000s, but investing into it right about now, okay? So what is the difference between the internet and the metaverse, right? The metaverse, as we saw with Will Smith, it's going to allow you, right, for users, the key word right here, guys, look at this right here. It's going to allow you to be inside, right, of the internet, operating inside of virtual reality. So as you got on these goggles, man, I'm starting to see people online with these goggles like they're in a fight. And then you got people watching them with these goggles and they're like, they look funny, but they're in this virtual reality, all right? Versus right about now, the internet, this is where we're at right about now. We're living outside of it. We're living outside of the virtual reality through laptops and smartphones. But as you saw Will Smith, He was where we're at now in reality, but he went into that virtual reality. And that's what the metaverse is. That's what Roblox is, right? That's what Epic Games is, right? There's these video games that we're going to be able to be into. If you want to go to Africa, you're going to be able to go into, as this guy right here, if he want to go on an excursion to Africa, he could be right here going into it. If he want to go to Rome, he could be right here in this living room, right here being in Rome, looking at a tour, like you're right there at it. You look at this digital reality, right? If you want to go and you look at these homes and you want to be in these mansions, right? This is why you have Snoop Dogg, them, they're buying this digital real estate because eventually they right now being hip to the game. Like Snoop Dogg got these investors that's coming to him and say, hey, look, man, buy this digital real estate because this is something that's going to be coming. So if you go ahead and buy it now, people are going to be coming to these particular mansions and want to visit it 2-3 years from now. But guess what? It's going to be a price that you have to pay to it. So it's almost like real estate. It's almost like playing Monopoly, right? You bought this particular house and then people want to come and visit it. It's going to be a price that you have to pay. All right. So metaverse, guys, is going to be huge. So how do we start investing into metaverse? All right. So Facebook. Facebook is the largest platform, social media platform. So there's a reason why we're communicating on Instagram, we're communicating on Facebook, we're communicating on WhatsApp. Facebook is spending billions of dollars right about now for you to be having on these goggles to be able to be in this virtual reality, talking to your parents instead of talking to them on the phone, right? Or on Zoom, right? You're going to be able to be in the living room right there, like with your goggles on, but you're going to feel like you're right there sitting next to your mom or right next to your cousin on this virtual reality. So Facebook is gearing up for it. Microsoft is gearing up for it. Guys, this company right here, Roblox, they ain't been out for a long time, but your kids playing them. And this is what we're seeing, the early version of the metaverse now. These video games, these Robux, right, that the kids want to buy. Roblox is going to be a huge factor into this metaverse. All right. You got Google that's part of it. Unity Software, this is a fairly new traded company, but they're the largest 3D company in the world. So they're going to be one of the major beneficiaries of this particular metaverse. But be cautious about Unity Software. It's going to fluctuate quite a bit. But 5-10 years from now, I believe that it's going to have the type of growth that we see right here with Amazon at $69 a share in 2000, whereas at $3,300 a share here today. And guys, this NVIDIA, if you ain't on my Facebook group, and some of y'all ain't, you go into the Let's Win Financial group, NVIDIA guys, they're in the gaming. They're in the artificial intelligence. They're in the metaverse, right? And guess what, guys? This is their #1 producing revenue, the chip maker. This computer I'm using, your phone that you're using, the car that you're driving, the central processing units, right? Everything what we're doing with technology, it requires a certain chip. AMD and NVIDIA are your two largest chip makers in the world. NVIDIA was up 125% last year. NVIDIA will be up 50+% in 2022, I guarantee. All right. So if you want to invest into the metaverse, here's 6 companies that you can literally be investing into. Now, if you ask me a question, say, Sherwin, which one do I invest in? Well, you can invest in all of these here if you want through what we call a ETF, which is Exchange Traded Fund Meta. So if you look at MTA, if you want to invest in the whole metaverse, and I think it's got about, matter of fact, let me just share this here with you really quick. If you want to invest into the whole metaverse, I can share that here with you really quick here. Let me go over here. Let me see here. I'm gonna go over right here to Fidelity. And if you go right here, if you look at Meta, it will show you all the companies that's part of this particular ETF, right? So you go right here, you put Meta, and this is all your metaverse companies inside of it. So it's brand new. It's going to fluctuate. But let me go down here and let me share here with you all the different companies, right? So guys, check this out. So you got 41 companies. And here's your top 10 companies that's part of this metaverse ETF. All right. So you got 41 of metaverse companies. You see, I was telling you about NVIDIA, Roblox, Microsoft, Facebook, Unity, you got Amazon, you got Apple, they're part of it, right? So if you want to see all 41 companies, you just go right here and hit all. It probably ain't gonna let me do it because I got to be logged in. All right, I ain't got time to be logged into Fidelity at the moment. But Meta is a company that you can invest in all of these all at one time. All right. So let me go back here and let me go back and share my screen here. So metaverse, right? Metaverse is going to be huge in our for 2022. All right, guys. We just talked about it a few minutes ago, the electric vehicle market, right? You got Rivian. They just came out. You guys probably saw this a couple weeks ago. This guy right here is our president, President Joe Biden. He was driving a Rivian car the other day. All right. But the main leader in the EV space, when I say EV, it's your electric vehicles, is Tesla. All right. You got to watch out for Tesla. Tesla will continue to be 20 times than what it is today, 5 years from now. I guarantee. I'm going to tell you why. Tesla is more than just an electric vehicle company. It's a battery company, right? It's a brand that we're building. You're also not just investing into Tesla, you're investing into Elon Musk. His mind frame is 20 years beyond than what we're currently thinking right about now. That's why he is one of the richest men in the world, right? Might be the richest man. No, I think Amazon guy, dang, what's his name? Bezos, Jeff Bezos. All right. But you're investing in these CEOs and their mind frame and how they're thinking, right? All right. GM was the number one top selling vehicle, but Toyota has taken over. These guys are pivoting and they're getting ready for the EV, right? If you look at Ford, if you look at these Ford F-150s, that's the number one most selling truck in the US. All right. But if you think about it, look what Ford is doing. They're getting ready to expand in their production lines for the key word right here is electric F-150s. All right. So when I go right here and I share this here with you guys really quick, this surprised the hell out of me when I seen this about Ford. Let me go right here and I'm going to share this here with you guys really quick. I want to show you guys what Ford stock did last year because typically Ford stock don't move that much. But last year, it surprised me. All right. So if I go right here, if I type in F, that's Ford stock symbol. All right. So a stock symbol is like it's like your basically your social security identifier for a company. All right. But guys, check this out. Ford is a company that you want to keep your eyes on. I have it on my business investment account, my solo 401k. All right. Ford yesterday was up 11%. All right. But I want to go and share here with you, show you what Ford has done over the last year. It shocked the heck up out of me. When it shows the returns here, right, over the last 1 year history here, all right, Ford is up 185% over the last year, guys. All right, over the last week is up 17%. Over the last month, it's been up 27%. And this is a big factor. The reason why it's up because Ford is positioning themselves to be in the electric vehicle space. So, if you guys don't want to own Tesla, Ford could be potentially another one. Rivian fluctuates a lot. All right. But they're another great EV company to own, right? So when you're buying these guys, especially EV, it's going to fluctuate a lot. Right? It's going to be a lot of volatility. But this EVs, they're going to have a lot of growth over the next 3 years, including this year. That's my firm believer in that because the production lines are going to continue because they want to have these cars 2035. They want to have these cars out the same way that Apple came and changed the way we use our cell phones. These electric vehicles, like your grandkids now, right? Some of the people that's in your 30s, they're going to be asking, 30 years from now, their kids going to be asking, Grandpa, you put gas in your car? Like that's where it's going to change the industry. That's like my sons now. They don't know what a house phone is as far as if it's connected to a wall. They're like, well, Dad, what is that? Right? We know what it is. All right. So EV space is going to be very big. All right. So I just gave it to you. GM, Ford, Tesla, Rivian, Neo. That's a big space to be in. All right. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know there's a bunch of other coins out there, but guys, I'm gonna just tell you this right here. If you look at Bitcoin, and this is over 11-year history here, right? From 2010 to 2021. If you look at this red here, it's only been down 2 years out of the last 11 years. You don't have to put a lot of money in crypto, all right? Because it's so volatile. Bitcoin last year was up 66%, all right? Now, you're going to hear about Cardano, Solana, all these other small little coins that you can invest in. But you know what? The higher the risk, right? The higher the reward. I get that. That's why people want to invest in these smaller coins. But my philosophy and my investments, what I'm invested in, is the top two crypto coins that's out there, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the one that I'm highly invested in is this big bad boy right here. Every week, $200 goes into my crypto. All right. And what I'm starting to do now is I'm starting to put $150 every week into Ethereum and $50 into Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin, I like the growth, but this Ethereum right here, guys, is phenomenal, right? And I've kind of shared this here before, but I'm going to tell you guys, Ethereum is going to be big because it's part of the smart contracts, right? When I talk about smart contracts, that's the different platforms that it's going to be on, that these platforms are going to require the Ethereum to be a part of it, right? So if I go right here, and the reason why I'm going to be investing into Ethereum, and I would say here and tell you, I'm not the 100% expert into Ethereum, but I tell you what, guys, what I am an expert in is the investing piece and understanding that, wow, this particular investment here, look how much has it's grown. And here's how many companies that's dependent on this. The metaverse, in order for it to be evolving, it's dependent on the Ethereum platform to be for it to go about, right? And I just told you how powerful metaverse is, right? So this is the Ethereum. I'm just going to show you the growth of it just in the last 2 years. If we take right here from 2019 to 2022, right? And I'll say right here, right? If you start out with $100, right? And if you went right here and you contributed, I'm just going to put right here $150 a month, right? Over the last 2 years. I'm gonna go right here monthly. Starting out with $100, putting $150 a month in here because that's like paying a bill. Guys, check this out. In Ethereum, this is how much growth this would have been. This is how much growth this is, right? You're $100 the last 2 years doing $150 a month. This is now worth $72,000. This is why I'm investing in Ethereum, because it's going to continue to grow over these 2 years here, right? You look at here, this is the 2-year growth of it, all right? But then too, if you look at the last 3 years, 2019, it was down 2%, right? But 2020 was a great year, 475%. 2021, it was up 396%. But if you take the average, right, of these 3 years, it's been averaging 203%. If you go right here and look at the annual returns, you will see the annual returns clearly right here. Now, let me just do this here. Let me just even take this even back a bit further here, all right? And I'm gonna do a 6-year history. Let's say, for instance, and now this return is about to be really stupid. $100 starting out in 2016, doing $150 a month over a 6-year period. It's probably $1 million, guys. Probably $1 million. $1.4 million. That's crazy. So we go in here and look at these annual returns of Ethereum. Here's all of your growth. In 2017, it was 8,000%. So last 2 years, so this gonna fluctuate. This is the reason why you want to be diversified. We're talking about investments. We talked about some stocks, but then we're talking about cryptocurrency now. You want to be diversified. It don't take a lot of money, as I'm showing you guys up here. You don't need to be putting a lot of money into cryptocurrency because it's going to fluctuate. Once you get a little money in the market, it's going to take off. So I want to pause here and see if anyone have any particular questions here on the cryptocurrency piece. If you do have any questions on this here, I'd like to add to this. Just unmute your mic if anybody like to add any input to this here. Okay, so we're gonna move. Oh, anybody in input?
Uh,
Input?
Hi, Sharon. This is Katrina. I
Katrina,
was
how's it going?
it's going good. I talked to you about that earlier this evening.
Mhm.
How do I invest in this Ethereum?
So you can go through Coinbase and buy Ethereum. You can buy Bitcoin. You could buy a majority of your coins through Coinbase. You can go to crypto.com. You can go to Robinhood, but Coinbase, crypto.com, they actually have the wallet. So there's guys to where you're buying this, but then if you want to secure your coin, you want to have it in a wallet, because if not, you really don't have full ownership because of the encryption, and people could, literally just kind of take it away from you. But if it's secured in a wallet, then it's you want to allow for it to be, just easily taken away. But you can go through Robinhood. I know Robinhood is coming out with these wallets. You can get on the list. I'll be honest with you. That's where I buy all of my crypto, through Robinhood. I don't like paying Coinbase fees. I don't like crypto fees. I don't like paying fees. I don't like it at all. If I want to buy it, I'm not paying fees. I try to avoid fees, right? But Robinhood is where I'm buying mine. That's the only reason. I'll put that disclaimer out here because I don't like Robinhood. That's the only reason why I use Robinhood, is to buy my crypto,
And
Bitcoin, Ethereum.
okay, yeah, because I did sign up for Robinhood for that purpose only, but
Got you.
I didn't know which cryptocurrency to do.
Yeah. Now, we normally have a crypto expert that come in. He was talking to us on a monthly basis, but he getting ready to have a baby, so he been out of commission. I am want to schedule by the end of this month to really have a crypto expert to come in and give us more insight. But guys, I only do what works for me, right?
Okay.
And when I say what works for me, because there's some other people that may not fully understand this here, but when we talk about the largest two crypto coins, I look at it by market value. All right. So if I go right here to this investing.com, and some of you guys have seen this before, but if I go right here to crypto and I look at all the cryptocurrencies, man, they're coming out with so many coins now, man. But my thing is, I just share here with you really quick, and then we're gonna go on to the next one here. We're actually almost done here. But when you go and look at all the coins right now at the moment, you can go right here to investing.com and it'll share that information here with you. All right, go away. I don't know why that's showing. That's the only thing I hate about investing.com is these they got a bunch of ads, but some great information on here. I was going to show you here. Let me just show you. When you look at this market cap right here, that's telling you how much these coins are worth. You got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum. Bitcoin right about now, market cap, they're worth 874 billion. If you look at Ethereum, they're worth 452 billion. All right. The next one that a lot of people are investing in is Solana and Cardano. All right. These ones here have a lot of growth. But if you will see here, cryptocurrency over the last week, over the last 3 months, it really ain't been moving, right? But I was just telling my dad this the other day. This is the time when you really buy crypto, because if you look at Bitcoin, it's 46,000 now. It got all the way up to 69,000. So when it do take back off, you want to have that gun and you want to put as much as clips in that gun. So when that gun do pull off, it's going to be powerful. The more clips you got, the more powerful it's going to be. And so that's why I do dollar cost averaging every week. I put money into these crypto coins here, not a lot to my standard, because I invest quite a bit each month. I suggest this, guys, no more than 5% of your overall portfolio should be going into crypto, because it fluctuates, right? It's very volatile. All right. So I'll kind of leave it at that. All right. Okay. So cryptocurrency. This is something that we want to continue to be invested in 2022. All right. Now let me forewarn you guys. You seen this right here. It's a bunch of growth in 2020, 2019. You see these green arrows, they're up big. Some of you guys are brand new investors. And if you look at all these gains right here from 2009 to 2021, it's only been down 1 year. Look at these last 3 years right here. All right. There's a lot of growth in the US stock market. So they're predicting for 2022 for it to calm down, because they feel like stocks right now is at an all-time high. All right. they call it overheated. And by being overheated, 2022, they're deeming it not to be such as a strong year. All right. Guys, if you look at I mean, this is what you call a bull market, because when you had the recession here in 2008, this is when President Obama came in 2009, and during his 8 years that he was in, this stock market was up every single year. That's because of his economic policies that he put into place. But President Trump came in here too in 2017, and he changed a lot of these tax laws. And the stock market did very well during the Trump presidency as well, but not as good as President Obama. But it don't really matter about the president. It's a matter about our economic conditions. But our economic conditions, I just want to forewarn you guys right now, we got three things that we need to be concerned about in 2022. That's rising inflation. Inflation is up 6.8% over the last year. That means that when you go to that gas station and you put gas in your car, them gas prices up. When you go to Publix or you go to Walmart now, you buy them groceries, you're realizing the same amount of groceries that you bought last year for $100, it ain't $100 now. It's costing you more money. So that's what inflation is doing, right? It's that silent killer to where we're not recognized. That's why we need to be adjusting our budgets for that. Then you got your rising interest rates. The Federal Reserve says it's going to be 3 times this year where interest rates are going to rise. That means on your car loans, on your houses, so your mortgages, right? You're going to realize that anybody want to buy a brand new home, man, look, these mortgage interest rates, man, been super low, 2%, 3%, and they still going to be fairly low, but they're going to be increasing because interest rates has to rise in order to keep inflation at a float, all right? And this is going to be the biggest reason why I feel like 2022 may not be as great as the previous years, is because this Omicron variant, and I misspelled it here, is going to slow our economy down. Because if more and more people continue to get COVID, may potentially have a shutdown. I don't think that's going to happen. But what's going to happen is you're going to have less and less people being able to go to work, right? And that's what's going to hurt these companies that we're investing in, all right? And so more and more people at home, that's going to affect our overall U.S. economy as far as how we're spending our dollars. That's why Trump was wanting people to go to work even in these COVID conditions, because he wants people to go to work so they can get paid, so they can go and spend money. The more and more money that you put these stimulus checks out, right? That's the more and more money that the federal government going to have to realize that, hey, look, we got to print more money. But that's the main reason now why President Biden is trying to tax us on every single thing at this particular point. That's why he want to increase tax rates, right? So we have to be careful. These 3 reasons right here, your 401k accounts, your investment accounts, is going to be a very volatile year, especially around the summertime, May time frame. So just be conscious of that, and I'll keep you guys abreast. But these things here, don't expect that same type of growth that we had in previous years. But what I'm giving you between the metaverse, between Apple, and this next industry right about here, I think will continue to help us grow in our investments. The next one here, right? And this is the last one that we're covering tonight. You want to be invested in this particular sector here, right? And the main reason why is because you got rising interest rates. So when you go to the bank and you get that car loan or you get that house loan, the credit card interest rates go up. Who benefits from that? Bank of America, Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, all your big banks. Because your interest rates are rising, that's more money that's going to be coming to the banks. So you can invest in these individually, or if you want to own all the banks, you can invest into XLF. All right, that's your financial sector. All right, so when you remember I was showing you guys this sector right here, these sectors, this XLF, your financials, 2021, it was up 35%. All right. In 2020, it was down because that's when COVID first happened in 2020. But I look for financials to be in the top 3 sector for 2022, simply because of those rising interest rates. I'm just going to tell you right about now, technology has been a strong sector as well. But because of these 3 conditions I was telling you about, technology going to take a hit this year. So let me just tell you guys, if you have VOOG, Let me explain this here to you really quick. If you have VOO in your portfolio right now, or you have VOOG, I'm gonna tell you guys this right here. And this is gonna be the last thing I share here with you. Let me go over here to CNBC really quick. You want to change your investments to VOOV. VOOG is your S&P 500, but it focuses on growth, right? A lot of growth stocks are going to get hit in 2022 simply because of these three different reasons that I gave you right here. All right. But when we go right here and we look at this here, right? Let me go back over here to the site. If I go right here, you want to be invested into value stocks, right? Still be invested in the S&P 500, but in the value. And the difference between the growth and the value are your old stapler companies, your Walmarts, your Disney's, companies that's been around for so long, all right? And this is a big reason, guys. I want to share this here with you really quick, right? So if I go and show this right here, this is a strong indicator, all right? Like if you look at this, right? This S&P 500 value, it was up 1% today. All right. Let me go and show you what this VOOG did. VOOG. All right. VOOG. Come on. All right. It was down 0.96%. All right. Today. Where you saw VOOV was up 1%. All right. Now, when we're in a market to where we feel like there's not going to be a lot of growth, you want to be invested in VOOV. You want to be invested in value stocks, right? And when we look at value stocks, this is what this whole index right here has. Let me go right here to Fidelity. I promise this will be the last thing here. If I go right here and I put in VOOV, it's going to show you these old stapler companies that's been around for a long time. The growth, right? The VOOG, they have some of your newer traded public traded companies. They're going to get hit this year because of those three conditions I was telling you about: rising inflation, rising interest rates, and the Omicron variant. But it's safe to say right here, this VOOV, right? Look at these companies right here. They've been around for a long time. Berkshire Hathaway. Anybody know who owned this company right here? The first one that tell me, I'll give you a $25 Amazon gift card if you unmute it. Anybody? First one.
Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett.
Who said that?
Warren Buffett. Laurel.
$25 coming to you, brother. All right. Chase, the
Thank you,
largest
good
bank
sir.
in America. All these companies right here, they've been around for a long time. All right. This is where you want to be invested at if you have the S&P 500, VOOV. All right. That's going to be the stock to own. I've been telling you guys to be in VOOG. Some of y'all been in it for the last 2 years, and it's been humping. It's been humping. All right. But because of these economic conditions that we're in, we need to be safe and cautious. VOOV is what you need to be in. All right. If not VOOV, there's another one that you could be in. It's equally weighted. All right. So equally weighted. Let me just share this here with you really quick. You guys are learning. This is some good investing learning tools right here, right? So if you look at this VOOV, let me just share this here with you really quick. You see these companies I was saying about as investing in? Well, here's all the different 11 sectors. They're all invested into these 11 sectors. All right. But instead of it being heavily weighted into information technology, right, which is your regular VOO, it's heavily weighted into financials, into healthcare. And check this out. These are our most important sectors going into 2022. Our healthcare because of the Omicron variant and rising interest rates with financials. All right. So you got VOOV, right? This is what you guys want to be in. But check this out. I'm going to show you another investment where all of these right here will be equally weighted. All right. And so that's going to be important. Let me go right here. It's called RSP. Let me see if it show up. RSP. This will be the very, very last thing. All right. So this is your S&P 500 equally weighted. Guys, I've been doing this for 12 years. That's why I know this off the flip of my hand. But I'm teaching you guys this, right? I want you guys to learn. All right. Check this out. Okay, so this one here has 506 companies, right? But check this out. You see the weight of these right here, all of them will be equal. So even more so when I open this up, we're going to see that it's also investing in these same 11 sectors here, right? But majority of them have equal weighted. I'm gonna tell you why. When you see right here, you says equal weighted ETF. That's basically this right here. So RSP and VOOV, if you own the S&P 500, instead of owning VOOG or VOO, this is going to be my recommendation. I'll put this out on the email and I'll also put it on the Facebook group as well. Okay. All right, guys. I am done here, man. I want to open this up for questions for our top 2022 investments. I've been a little bit under an hour, but it's been some great information. If you got questions, unmute it and let's talk really quick. Any questions?
I guess it's just what I want to ask is how do you invest into VOOV, or how do you maybe
That's a good question. So Bradley, you fairly new, good brother. So for also too, right, for some of our new people, right? That's a very, very good question. So Brad, let me just share it with you, right? So what we do, man, is we're into Fidelity, right? And so when you open up a Fidelity account, right, you just go right here, and I will have to log in. But if you want to invest in this, you would go right here and hit trade. And then when you hit trade, you can invest whatever dollar amount that you want inside of this here. And I'll show you this one-on-one too, Bradley, since we've never done it before. But you literally, man, go in and put whatever investment you want to invest in at whatever dollar amount, and pretty much just go from there. So you can invest in any public traded company at any dollar amount. So they had a fraction share investing with Fidelity. That's why I like that. All right.
okay.
So Brad, we can go over that on a one-on-one basis.
Okay. And it's the same way that you would probably invest into those things like metaverse and what you're talking about, like NVIDIA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So NVIDIA, man, I think it's like $300 or some change a share. But if you want to put $25, $50, that's what I do, man. My kids, every time I get paid, my kids get paid. They get $100 in their accounts now every time I get paid. So I go in, they're investing into Tesla, NVIDIA. I'll split that up, $50 a piece. Boom, go from there. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Hey, Sharon, quick question. So
Yeah.
two actually. One being on the sectors. I know you went over the financial sectors earlier. Which one do you think will, based on those factors that you went over, which one do you think will be the top performer of the year? And then the second one, a question is in regards to Tesla. So I know, like myself, I can't afford like a couple shares of Tesla. So are there any, I know you went over in previous webinars about like some of the ETFs, like I think you mentioned like cars or, HAL or whatever, HAIL, but are there any other ETFs that you recommend that has Tesla compiled in the actual portfolio?
All right, cool. So let me answer those really quick, right? So when you look at these different sectors, right? So these are your 11 sectors. So let me explain this really quick too. When we talk about the S&P 500, so your S&P 500, look at it like this right here. That's the mother. And then these 11 sectors right here, because they all belong under the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is the mother, and then this is the mother 11 kids. All right. So when I look at this here, I say, okay, look, what's going to be the best performing kid in 2022? We saw energy was the best kid in 2021. I think though, from what I'm thinking, I like financials to be the leader sector here in 2022. Financials and healthcare, in my opinion, will be the top two sectors in 2022. All right. Now, Laurel, let me just share this here with you really quick, right? In regards to Tesla. All right. Let me share this here with you guys really quick. This is important, right? Because you can invest in HAIL, HAIL. That's the electric vehicle space, right? That's one good sector to be in. All right, for to be investing into Tesla. If you be into QQQ, or if you're into like the RSP I was telling you about, that also has Tesla as part of it. All right. But Laurel, you also too, right? You want to own Tesla separately, right? Even though I know it's $1,000 a share, I get that, right? But here's why I say it don't matter how much the share price is, you just want to be in it. right, at any dollar amount. All right. Because when we look at this here, right, I'll just kind of just show you one of these accounts, man. But my thing is, don't be focused on on how much the share price is. Trying to buy that the share, man, buy it at whatever dollar amount that you can. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at this Tesla right here, right, this ain't an even number right here. When you look at the quantity, right, it ain't 21 shares, it ain't 15 shares, it ain't an even number. And the reason why it ain't an even number right here, because I'm buying this at whatever dollar amount. If I want to do it $100 a month, $300 a month, $50 a month, I'm buying it by the dollars and not buying by the share price. So own it, just be buying it by the dollars, right? Because if you look at it, this Tesla in this portfolio right here, right, is up 167%. You will see right now that Tesla, we look at this here, guys, at your last price, Tesla today is at $1,149.59. But when you go right here and you're looking at your Fidelity account and you look at your cost basis, your cost basis is telling you how much you bought it for originally, and then how much you bought it for per share when you first bought it. So when I bought Tesla here, right, I bought it for $430.42 a share. And you see what it is today, $1,149. And this is why you can go right here and see the total gain on this is at 167%, because you're looking at the difference of what it is today versus what I bought it at $430 a share price, right? So Laurel, that's important, man, to just buy it, man. Like Bradley, if you think about it, right? If you go right here and you look at Tesla, for instance, right? This is how you literally go ahead and buy it. You go right here and hit Tesla. Let me see right here. So you put in Tesla. You literally go right here and hit buy. The next screen, you show your account, right? I'll just pick one account, right? I'll just pick this one here. And when you do this here, man, this is where the rubber hits the road, to where this is different than any other investment brokerage account. Robinhood does this, but Charles Schwab, you can't do it. Vanguard, you can't do it. You see here, you can hit buy. You got your Tesla, you can hit buy. But we don't want to be focused on the share price, because what Laurel was saying is $1,149 a share. It's expensive. But this is why the investment world has changed, because you can go right here and buy about $1. It don't matter how much it is. You can go right here and put in $2 if you wanted to, right? Any dollar amount. So Laurel, I wouldn't focus on the share price. I will focus on whatever dollar amount that you can afford, right? And the reason why I say that is because I'll just share this here with you really quick. And this will be the last thing for real, for real. If I go right here, this is how I'm investing in my kids. You see these 3 accounts right here? All right. And if I can just go right here and I'll show you my oldest son here. Yeah, his account balance was down $502 today. I don't care about that. But look, that 1 year return, it's up 41%. You know why it's up 41% over the last year? It's because over the last 2 years, we have solely just been investing into these 2 particular investments. You will see Tesla right here, right? He got $5,635 worth of Tesla in this particular portfolio. All right. It's up 61%. See what I mean, guys?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Any more questions?
Sure, Win. This is Joseph. How you doing?
Joe, what's going on, big brother?
Good. So I am invested in one of my investment accounts in VOO and another one of mine in VOOG. Are you suggesting that I sell those shares and move them all into VOOV?
VOOV would be the one that I would shift my position in. Yep, exactly. And I'm gonna just tell you this here. If you guys ever want to sell, right, here's how you can sell really quick, right? And a lot of you guys that's in VOOG, you don't made a bunch of money. So you could take some of your profits now, and then we shift. It's like if you ever want to sell, you log in, you go to your particular position here, right? You would click on this here and you would hit sell. And in this particular case, once you hit sell, you're gonna see this pop-up screen. When you see this pop-up screen, you already hit sell. Instead of the share price, you go right here and you just click in the share amount. When you click the share amount, you just hit sell off. And when you hit sell all, it's gonna sell all. You're gonna hit market. and the market closed now, but you hit preview order and then you place order. And that's how everything you have, you sell it, right? So all this guys right here is pivoting. We're just changing our position because we want to go into 2022 cautious. Rose, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to eat, but he answered the question, or he asked it and you answered it, because I was going to say, do I need to go in and sell all of my VOOG? And then if so, is it just for like a short time frame, or will we be going back to the VOOG, or will we going to stay in the VOOV?
The VOOV and RSP is to be owned in 2022. I would say to be owned now until I can tell you. See, we always invest based on market conditions, right? If the Omicron variant goes away, right, then I can say, okay, we might be all clear now. But the Omicron variant, it seems like it. My mother-in-law was telling me about another variant that's coming, right? So we need to be in this thing cautiously, right? So this is positioning us, even your QQQs. If you own QQQ, I was just telling my dad this the other day. QQQ, you want to be cautious on that because it's going to take a hit, all right? You saw QQQ today. QQQ took a hit, and that's an early indication of what's to come for 2022, all right? If you go right here and look, when I type in this QQQ, it was down pretty bad today. This is your growth stocks, right? They're part of this here. You see QQQ? Let me see, show you right here. This is your technology. It was down 1.30% today, and it's projected to be down tomorrow going forward as well. So all I'm telling you guys, this is a year to be a little bit cautious because the market is a little overheated. But this will kind of be a position that we'll have, quarter by quarter. I can update you, but I think this would be something that we need just to be cautious about based on those three factors: rise in inflation, rise in interest rates, and the Omicron variant.
Thanks.
My pleasure. Any more questions?
Sure, and I do have a question.
Yep.
This is Ken.
Ken.
Yeah, so I haven't done that before. When you sell the VOOG or VO, and so that money will go back into your core funds.
Correct.
Is that immediate, or you got a kind of a wait period?
No, that's a good question. It's immediate. As soon as you sell it, it'll go back into that. When I just show you how you sell it or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
Once you sell it here, it will automatically go back into your SPAXX account.
Yes.
Or either if it's yours, it's called maybe like the core, right?
Yes.
So yeah. So as soon as you sell it, it's gonna go right back here, and you can make those buys. And I know I just recently spoke to you guys about the QQQ, the VOOs, but I do a lot of research, right? And I'll tell you guys this, right? If you have the VOOGs in your portfolios, contact me. Let's schedule a one-on-one, and then we can get that updated as well. So don't try to figure it out for yourself. If you're trying to be guessing, call me. We do it one-on-one. And just make sure that you guys are locked, loaded, and ready. I want us to be in a position when going in 2022, because I know there's going to be a lot of volatility. I want us to be protected. All right. We've been in this growth, and guys, we don't make a lot of money. I'm just going to tell you like this right here. I'm going to tell you, I see a couple of people on here that don't make a lot of money because they've been with me the last 2 years because we've been in these growth funds. A lot of money. But we want to be kind of protective now, going into 2022 based off our market conditions. So we just pivot and reposition.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Yep. And I'm off all day Friday, guys. If anybody off Friday, that's gonna be an off day for me. So my schedule clear. All right. Any more questions? Okay. All right, guys. This has been good. This is recorded. So you guys, I have this on the website. Thank you, Janita, for coming. I'll have this on the website. My web developer, I'll send it to him tonight, and hopefully he can have this on the website by tomorrow. So you guys go back and see the replay if need be. And it's also recorded on Facebook. So check it out there. But guys, reminder tomorrow night, the debt management is being shifted to the weekend. And my guy, Andrew Harris, the youngest Papa John franchise owner, will be with us tomorrow night. Multi-millionaire. I'm literally watching this guy buying multi-million-dollar properties, it seems like every single month. And I just reached out to the guy. I said, man, I gotta have you to my community. So I'm available on Wednesday, 8 o'clock. I said, okay. I just got to change up what I currently have in my current schedule. So come back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock p.m. And Andrew Harris will be with us. He gonna shake it, man. Just give you a different mindset about life in itself. Instead of working at 9 to 5, you can have that 9 to 5, but you can also be an entrepreneur and start shifting and putting your money to work. And one of those ways that we looked at in our previous webinars was using some of the equity in your home, right, to buy other assets. And so that's a very hot question these days with interest rates being low. And we had that question out on the Facebook community today, you know, as far as what's the pros and the cons of using your equity. And so we got some good answers on that. But more to follow. But all right, guys, it's been great. It's been good. Thank you guys, as always, for Let's Win Financial Community investing into your future. And we're very excited for the information and education that we'll be bringing to you in 2022. With that, guys, good night. As always, be well, be blessed. And as always, let's continue to win. Good night, guys.